Okay. Okay. Stupid way to start the stream. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Yokoso. I got too excited, I'm sorry. Um, I gotta turn this down. Just okay, cool. So I was in this is why I'm all over the place. Gonna start playing, streaming, whatever, and I was gonna finish the story recap that I was talking about last episode. I was doing some afterwards, but I got tired, like halfway through, and just like, oh, I have to sleep right now. And then I was like, okay, let me finish it before I get on. It's like, wait, should I do this on stream? It might be kind of dumb. I don't know. Let's see. What I had gathered in the past, so I was going back through and like, who did what? So after the nonsense with let's get all our names together. Naomi. After all that craziness went down, the first person to show up, and I'm like really trying to hold on because there's some mystery here. And like, who showed up first? So the first person to stop you is Fubuki, Major General Fubuki, one of the top 2 people in the thing. Because we learned in the last episode how it's divided, blah blah blah. It's Karen and Fubuki, 1, 2. So Fubuki is the first person you see on after all that nonsense happened. He says, I met with Tsugumi and the homie, Nagi. And, sent them off to get help, whatever the fuck. But I told them the same thing I'm gonna tell you. Don't say nothing to nobody. So it doesn't automatically insinuate that he was there, but it insinuates that he knows what happened. It does make a slight difference whether he was there, saw it, or whether they told him. Because if he's there and he saw it and he's acting like this, then guilty. If you heard about it and you're acting like maybe you have something up your sleeve. But we don't know. We just know that he knows. He says, don't say nothing to nobody, it'll protect you. Which is random. In general, it does let us know by the way he reacted to everything. He knows of Seran and what they're doing. This isn't the first time he's experienced it. Whether he agrees, disagrees on their side, I don't know. But he knows certainly more than he's letting on. And he's not saying nothing to nobody for your protection. Sure. And then you move on. The next person you run into is Karen. Now, why are the 2... This was a joint... Excuse me. That mission we were on, where it went down, it was supposed to be some joint operation. So I suppose it could make sense that the 2 major generals, the two most important people in the military, are both on the scene. Why they're so close to each other, why they're so close to us, one after the other, right after that shit goes down, very suspect. Jesus Christ, I need to stop yawning. I'm not even tired. He's just like, oh, you guys need to get up out of here. And the car definitely belongs to the people at Sedan. I guess Sedan is a place, a garrison, a military base. It's some kind of facility. Another city. I don't know. But Karen, like Fubuki, said, don't say anything anywhere. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for all these random yawns coming out of nowhere. It's a garrison. Sedan garrison, so another military base. And then somehow those capsules ended up in the Randall household. And she explains it. Randall's in weapon manufacturing, that's Naomi and Kasane's family. And the Springs have this pharmaceutical company. That's Fubuki Spring, Major General Fubuki, and Arashi, the older sister to the girl. I don't know. So both their families, they suspect they might be working together, but we don't know. It seems that way, and whatever they're doing is going on in Sedan. So it's like, okay. And Sedan's a military base, OSF military base. So it's like, something's going on. The major generals both know, none of them want to say anything, both told us not to say anything. The one thing that Karen adds is this, don't, what does it say? Don't trust new Himuka. Don't trust new Himuka. And that's when I was getting confused last night. I don't know if it's just because I was super high. But I got mixed up on who was who. Is this group, is this alliance between the Randalls, the Springs, and whatever they're doing at Sedan, new Himuka? Like, it's so, it's very strange. Now, Sugumi knows, Kagure doesn't, Hanabi doesn't. He always like, oh, she just died, you gotta lie, blah, blah, blah. Now, so that's the first part of what we did. So there's clearly shenanigans going on between the people inside this military organization we're in. And what did Fubuki say? When lots of people gather, there are ulterior motives. Randall's, Springs, people in OSF, whomever. Okay, some fuck shit's going on. Cool. Okay, cool. Let me move on to where it gets juicy. Okay. So we go to sleep. Next day, fucking Naki's like, hey, everything's good. When you saw how he reacted when Naomi turned, he was not good. He would not just be good. And he even says we gotta fight the others for New Himuka. That motherfucker ain't never said no shit like that before. No regular person has brought that up. Like, I mean, again, I disagree with how overhanded they have to lay that suspicion down. It's obviously like, what the fuck's going on with Nazi? And then the trap. So, we apparently get these orders from Karen. Orders from Karen that there's another forecast prediction in this area. So we're working our way down the highway, and then madness begins. I really was faded because I was just like, what the fuck is going on the whole time? So Ganima is under some interpretation that there's some horrific research going on. Seto doesn't know what the F's going on. The OSF is like, they specifically say, are you defying orders if you don't align with Major General Karen's ideals, then you ... That's our key. Karen, he seems to be at the center of whatever fuck shit is going on. But Genma believes in him, at least at this point. This evidence that he shows that's indisputable, that's apparently Seto is cool with. Then Kyoka's platoon comes up. It's like, we gotta get the F out of here. It's like, nope, you can't. Because then fucking Karen actually shows up and beats my cheeks, everybody's cheeks. He just claps all the cheeks. He's the cheek clapper. He's level 50, and I think we're like 15, 16 right now. He's 50. It was no contest. But we were meant to lose. It's the story. And it's weird though, but as he's clapping your cheeks, he takes you to this crazy digital space, and it's like, what is this? Don't quite understand. But hold on, they're I might have skipped something because it's just like, yeah, they're gonna take off. The homeboy shows up. They have a conversation, and there's something in that conversation. I knew you would be here. Little kid thinks he's cool. He's not. Okay, never mind. They talk after. And is a brain eater. What does that mean? He's a brainy, I don't know, he's some kind of super guy. gives the classic anime answer, oh, I can't tell you why I'm doing anything I do. Even if I did, it would change your fate. Blah, 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 blah. Instigating the RSF for your own personal reasons against the rules. I can't condone what you're doing, but please explain. It's like, I don't know what this is, but this doesn't have to do with official business, so it must be your own reasons, so that's not cool. Like, I can't condone your actions. You have to explain yourself. It's like, you can't stop me. Blah, blah. Very anime. And then that's the line that I thought was very interesting in the middle. After he beats your cheeks, he says, I see. So, it's different this time. Understood. What? Is there some time fuckery shit going on? What is this? And there's like, however, and then he starts doing some wild shit. And then he just fucking blew the whole bridge up. I don't know. Blew everything up. He was blown away, fucked up. Yeah, we all put our teeth back. Okay, got it. We're confused. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, the National Defense Force seems to be in on this. The regular standing army. Whatever fuckery's going on again, because they're fighting us too. So we get Tsunaki. And then the fuckery continues further still. Because he's talking in his unconsciously, clearly signs that they fucked with his head. Me, the other, tripping. And then he says, I swear loyalty to New Himuka, with this crazy look on his face. It's like they clearly brainwashed him into saying some crazy shit. They got something embedded in his subconscious. Like whatever the fuck they did to him. And he's not supposed to remember. He's fucked up. Seto and Kasane show up. You gotta fight this other blah blah blah. Beat his ass. And then more fuckery. And every time I see him, every time you see another, like, where are they people? Are they always people? Like, what is? And then she says, "Let's go to him." Kasane said, "Let's go to Karen." Like, what? Why? After he just did all that shit to us. The fuck? No, he's not our enemy. He sent us on this mission, ambushed us after getting to the final point. But she's saying he's not our enemy? He did say, don't trust New Himuka to her. But is that, like, what? And then she's like, oh, I found out about Naomi. Found out about Naomi how? I guess after she went off, like we went back to the base and then we came here. She went off with Genma to return back and found fucking glasses and dipped out with him. So in between her doing whatever she did and meeting us again, she found some shit out, and I guess Karen's cool to her. Karen's cool to her, also cool to Genma, but had him turn on his homie Seto? Like, what is happening? And then as soon as she starts saying Nagi activates, like, oh, so whatever she was about to say is against the wishes of whatever fuck people did this to Nagi. So maybe Karen is a good guy because she said that, and the people who did this to Nagi are clearly bad because they would do this to Nagi. I think that's our best working theory as of the moment. And Nagi just fucking goes catatonic and Seto seems to know something about what happened to Nagi. And then he fucking gets his shit worked. All of a sudden, Nagi's dope. Even though he could never be at any point in time before this. But Seto takes it. Very brutal. Very sad. Very anime. Arashi and the others show up out of nowhere. The fact that he said I won't die made me think he's gonna live. He ended up in a freezer, so I guess that didn't work out. I'll be damned if they take you. Whoever they is, Seto isn't with them. But Genma seems to think what? And he did put it on his head. Maybe try to scramble whatever the fuck was going on, but it didn't seem to work completely. We don't even know. And this is the other weird thing. Because after that happens, we start seeing from different people's perspectives, and we don't know what's going on. We have someone looking at Nagi and Seto, so it has to be one of the others. It's Kasane. She sees a bunch of error messages. She goes berserk. Whatever the F this is. This is when all this red string nonsense begins. Yuito starts seeing the same thing. Her power activates. Then all of a sudden his power activates. Resonating with each other for some reason, somehow. Oh, this is the earthquake they were talking about. Okay, got it. Got it. The earthquake and the black hole happened at the same time. Gravitational. Okay, got it. I'm with you. And then all of this nonsense. This digital world, very similar to where Karen took us. Except there's all of this red string nonsense going on. She's dreamed of this place before Kasane has. Then they see this image, almost like a recording. Someone who looks like the legendary person who founded the country, city, whatever, with the crest on him. and then someone chokes his ass out. And the silhouette kinda looks like Major General Karen, but we don't know. It's too dark. And we don't even know where we are or why we even seeing what we're seeing. So it's kind of hard to, like, believe it. Like, oh yeah, I saw whoop-de-whoop kill whoop-de-whoop. It's like, what are these red strings? Like, obviously there's this classic theory, red strings of fate. Many stories, many anime. This game is a million times better when they just animate the cutscenes. It's unbelievable. I gotta stop. I won't stop saying that. I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop saying it because I'm not gonna stop saying it. So I just gotta just move on. It is what it is. So he wakes up after the earthquake that led to the black hole. But that's the other weird thing. Where the fuck is Kasane? She was right there with him. And then she's just gone. But, I mean, a few of the other people that were there, Glasses, Waifu, Ginmu shows up out of nowhere. And then there's a fucking black hole in the sky, or whatever the fuck. And it sucked some of their people into it. We don't know where Kasane is, we don't know where Nagi is, we don't know where, that mine, I put Seto in the freezer in the back. It's such a wild thing. All this infighting. It was your fucking infighting. What the fuck is going on? Oh, wait, and this is where we got confused. So remember, Fubiki, don't say shit. Karen, don't say shit. Don't trust new Himuka. Relationships between Randall's, Springs, Sedan Garrison, and the OSF. Brass know what's going on, lower people don't. Or at least have inklings of what's going on, lower people don't. Genma accuses Seto of some fuck shit. Now here we go with Genma's explanation. It's all Karen's doing. All of this infighting is Karen's doing, he says. But, remember, Kasane said, Karen's not our enemy. And Genma was with Karen when Karen ambushed us, and now he's saying all this infighting is because of Karen. Now, okay, is it good Karen or bad Karen? It's all his doing. He said that the new Himuka government, whoever these people are, is trying to create a controlled society centralized around the Sua capital. I'm not even sure what that means. They're just trying to, like, we're our own country now, we're our own territory, we govern ourselves, we're trying to become independent, I suppose. So some people are trying to become independent. He said that they're trying to, so he's, according to this, Karen's not a part of New Himiko. He says they're trying to do this. And that's consistent with everything I've seen and heard. So in this New Himiko government, these people, they want 90% of all psionics to be drafted into the OSF with no right to refuse. So they're just talking about policy and things that they like to do. And then we use an annual checkup that no one can refuse to see whether you're a psionic or not. There are countless surveillance cameras in the city. Now, Suo is the place that we've been in this whole time. In the city with lo-fi and everything. So people there are trying to, like, separate themselves from whatever connectivity they have with other places and do their own thing. Back to the city. It says there are countless surveillance cameras in the city. Not many people know this, but the cameras also are equipped with sound recording. Why is this important? It's how they find and arrest dissidents. In the New Himiko regime, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So these people who've been trying to establish their shadow government have been using the surveillance in Suo to track people. By the way, we still don't know how we went from falling asleep at the hideout to in the goddamn tomb area. But these people who are trying to establish their shadow government have been using the surveillance around town to find dissidents, to find people who don't agree with their ideas. Okay? This is an open secret. So that's probably why so many of the higher ups are so familiar with it. Even though Seto Kyoka is that girl's name. Even though Seto is just a platoon leader, he knew, and so, or at least he knows of this. So yeah, okay, we got it so far. This is an open secret, but there are some in the OSF suddenly gone through changes in their personality. So they're using the surveillance to spy on people. Everyone knows. And then all of a sudden, recently, a bunch of people changed their tune. They were all critical of this shadow government, New Himiko. So the rumor is that their minds were manipulated. No confirmation, but rumors. I'm back to you, I'm sorry. And then of course, Yuito has the exact thought that he should. Maybe that's what happened to Naku. Because apparently, New Himiko did this to these other people. All of a sudden, he's like, we gotta do this for New Himiko. Like, what? And he's flipping out. So, makes sense. Major General Karen said he would stop this control of the people. He would expel the government dogs from the OSF. So, these people in the OSF who are critical of these people trying to create their shadow government flip their script all of a sudden. And now they're basically lobbying lapdogs, if you will, for new people. Karen's like, we gotta get these fuckers out of here. So far, I guess it seems like Karen's a good dude if it's true that New Himiko is the one brainwashing people, but that is a clear line where it's like your policies about silence and how you're surveilling people. Those are bad issues. Those are bad things, but the brainwashing is clear. Like, no, you're bad people. You're the bad guys. And Karen's like, okay, we gotta get these dudes up out of the OSF. But that would be, but that's just it. Why would he attack anyone on our team then? Who was that for? That's the part that doesn't make any fucking sense. Who was that for? Unless in Seto's dying breath, in his last final act, he did what he did with Naki, even though he's secretly for New Himiko. All that acting he did, that was just to throw us all off. None of that was real. What? What? If you were really, like, would it not be more effective use of his time to take, when he had Kasane help me fight the other, you take Nagi and you take him somewhere else where he can chill out and not end up doing what he did. And then you interrupt the conversation between me and Kasane. And so you can handle that, so you can still kill the conversation without all the drama. Like, what's the drama necessary for? Did he, why sacrifice yourself? What? Why attack us? That's the part that doesn't make any sense. If Karen is about fighting these New Himiko people, and New Himiko is bad because they're brainwashing, which would make Karen's theoretically, by logic, on the good side, or at least the non-bad side. Why did he attack anyone on our team? Unless secretly one of the people on our team were about that New Himiko. Now we know Nagi was, but it wasn't just attacking Nagi. And Nagi's only like that because he's been brainwashed. He's not really. So, like, what the fuck? And none of this explains what the fuck's going on with Fubuki, the Springs, the Randalls, Seiran. Are they New Himiko? Are they a third? Like, bruh. But why attack Captain Seto? And then Karen says that Seto was taking part in New Himiko's plans. He was cool with the brainwashing. Did it look like he was cool with the brainwashing? He showed me the evidence, but I still couldn't believe it. That's why I had to confront Seto. And of course, Yuichiro says, he's like, it looked like he was trying to keep Nagi with us. Was that all an act? And for what? Okay, this evidence must have been crazy convincing, right? Theoretically. It was convincing, and then he says immediately after, but it was wrong. It was convincing, but it didn't look like Seto was, but it didn't look like, okay, so he's just explaining how Seto was reacting. It didn't look like he was reacting because he didn't look like someone who was reacting like he was a part of their plans. And then the whole, and what the fuck ever Karen's doing. Several OSF. Is New Himuka the actual government? Because that changes this entire dynamic completely. I've never heard them talk about the actual government. Because he says in this last line, several OSF, I don't know if this is the last line, several OSF soldiers were sucked into the hole. Even then, he wouldn't stop his plans for rebellion. Rebellion? Why use the word rebellion? How are you rebelling against a shadow government? That wouldn't make any sense, right? You would only be rebelling if the government wanted to change how you behaved as the military. So the government is New Himuka, and they want different rules for how the military is handled. And I guess people in OSF don't like those changes. And so they're critical of the government. The government uses the surveillance to find said critical people and does fuck government shit and brainwashes them all, which would mean the government we're fighting for is corrupt as fuck and definitely needs to be taken down. So that's what constitutes General Karen's quote rebellion. Still doesn't necessarily get us to Sedan Springs or the Randalls as far as all of that goes. But I mean, I swear the way he described it, it seemed like there was some shadow government. Like they were trying to. Maybe I just read that wrong. Oh, I see language. That's on me. That's on me. The government is called New Himuka. It's not the New Himuka government. It's even spelled N-E-W. That is so weird. Am I that high? That can't be high. Is it? Yeah, it is. News. You're an idiot. Okay. So you're fucking fake, bro. And it's capitalized. That's the other thing. So okay, that's on me. That's on me. I wasn't paying attention to language. You wouldn't call it. You wouldn't capitalize the N in new if that wasn't part of the name. The New Himuka government. So I guess like the new the new United States through the like I don't know, just whatever. Like the Himuka was the government before, or the new Himuka regime, whatever the fuck. So the actual government, the new Himika government, under which the OSF and the National Defense Force presumably, well, I don't know, is the OSF a private organization or is it not? I have no idea. Because obviously the National Defense Force standing on the would probably directly on it, which would make sense why they would immediately back what the government's doing because they're the government's army. But what is the OSF? Is the OSF private? Is it a separate branch? I don't know that dynamic. But whatever that dynamic is, okay, now I understand what's happening. The actual government, which would make, because now, since it is the actual government, now we can connect it to to Sedon Garrison, because that's presumably a military base, whether it's an OSF one but it was National Defense Force struck, so that has to be a National Defense Force military base. It's called a garrison. It's military, so okay. So that's a government facility, government military base with connections to two powerful companies inside the government, inside the country. You know how governments and big companies love to get together and cause chaos. So okay. So wow, this is about the government, the actual. I have no idea, man. I didn't know. I'm glad I took the time to understand all of this. Go back, because I was lost in the sauce. Wow. Did Sumeragi establish the OSF or establish the new Himika government? Either way, that's kind of a cold game. Undisciplined humans, they just don't. Anyway, that's very strange. You're already in power. So you're trying to create a controlled society around the capital? It would be like the United States trying to make a controlled, like Washington, D.C.? I mean, I guess where they control it and they don't have statehood. Fuck. Oh no! Oh no! No! Like that, but worse. Powers and they're going to conscript them and they can't refuse. It'd be like if they did that and then everyone within DC, A, couldn't leave, B, got medically tested every year, and if they were fit enough, immediately drafted into the military. But halfway before all of that wildness, yes, it is kind of like they're trying to establish a city-state specifically for the benefit of the government. Give themselves their own little island of power, if you will. That's crazy. I mean, it always seemed, I don't know if it seems normal, that DC didn't have statehood. That never seemed normal. It just seemed normal that there was a city specifically for the government of the whole country. Like, that makes sense. Like, all that it would take just to run all the people and decisions and paperwork and processes that have to be done to run a country that you would probably need the geographical size of a small city at the very least to have enough space to do that. But that's crazy. But that's actually the least craziest thing about what they're doing. Is that part. It's just like, it's just funny because how I started, it would be like, no, it is like, minus the outlandish anime plot stuff of brainwashing people. I guess that's not outlandish anime plot stuff. That's just plot stuff. Cause yeah, we're not even gonna. It would be like anyway. That's nuts. Okay, so I think I understand what's happening now. So they okay, they use the surveillance, get the dissidents, people in the OSF. So again, the OSF is separate from the government somehow. And people who are critical of the government, all of a sudden, they're cool with it. And they're praising them, brainwashing. So, Karen's gonna stop the government dog, and he's gonna kick him out. So he attacks Seto? Again, never makes sense. Taking part in the government's personality rehabilitation, Seto was. Short of evidence, can't believe it. It must have been really compelling evidence. Yes, it was, but it didn't look like he was involved in the government's plans based on how he reacted. Hole appears, earthquake, all this chaos. Karen doesn't give a fuck. Even that wouldn't stop his plans for rebellion. Who is he rebelling against in the context of the people on that bridge? Who? None. As of now, we've only seen you have one target. Seto's platoon. And none of us know anything about any of that nonsense. Unless fucking Kagero? Maybe? Cause who's in this platoon? Yuito, Nagi, Hanabi, Sugumi, Glasses, and Kagero. Those 6. Oh, Wataru, 7. Wataru's back at base. If he knew, go attack him. He ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't be on this bridge. Glasses wasn't with us at the time. Seto was, but that seems unlikely based on all behavior so far. We could be wrong, but it does seem strange. The kids, and we just got there. We don't know shit about that. Nagi, sure, but again, he didn't attack Nagi. It's like, oh no, all of you fight me. What? What kind of fucking Lelouch shit is going on? And so, okay, now Genma's starting to question. Because you're just, all this chaos and you're still going on about, you gotta fight the government dogs. Sure. And that's the other thing. He calls it a rebellion. Maybe Karen was giving off those rebellionist vibes. And I guess it further leads to, one second. Sorry about that. Yeah. Gross. I'm dying. Where's my cap? Where? Where were we? Karen. So again, I'm starting to question Karen because of how he's reacting. Oh, the rebellion point. Yes, rebellion. The government wants to do this wild stuff. You believe it to be wild. You don't bring it to the public. I don't know how their government works, but you don't bring it to the public. You don't lobby. You don't. I don't know. You just. Oh, plus they've brainwashed some of the OSF members. You could consider that an act of war, I guess, in a way. Why don't you start with clearing out the OSF mix? What it, by that standard, your actions up until this point wouldn't have made any sense. Because you're not attacking anybody, presumably, that's about that life on this bridge today. And you go, oh, all this craziness, but still, you gotta get the government dogs. Where are they? The people who got their fucking heads messed with? You would think they're back at headquarters. They're not down here on the ground. What are you talking about? Why not clean up your ranks, establish clean lines, then fight your battle? And he was also lying on Seto, presumably. Like, what? Karen also bad? It's like, this isn't a simple rebellion. Yes, yep. You're rebelling against the, I guess because the government wants to do this. So you gotta rebel against the whole thing, I guess. You can't just like defend your own. You have to overthrow the whole government. You're not attacking the government. We're on this bridge. What are you talking about rebellions for on a bridge not near any seat of power? So yeah, in conclusion, something's not right. The bullshit Genma got himself caught up in got Seto killed. Sunni is not having it. She's like, you didn't trust us. You didn't even try to trust us. We don't. She's like, no, I can't. But if he apologizes, I can see it through somehow. Like, I can't accept that he just left me. Like, sure, he's not on our squad. He's part of Kyoka's platoon, right? So he's over there with Kasane, Hanabi. Kasane and Naomi, Arashi, Spring. She's over there with them. And, but, like, there's clearly close relationship between these two platoons. You didn't even try. You straight up attacked. Let Karen go on all this craziness. Like, what the fuck? He does say, I'm sorry. I don't apology to Seto, too, though it's too late. That's just translated to apology accepted, but she says wakata, which means, like, I get it. Which, I don't know. It's kind of an acceptance, kind of not. It's just wild. Anyway, so, yes, we are caught up. It's the government, and, or it's Karen, or it's the pharmaceuticals, we don't know. We do know, outstanding plot points as of now, Kasane believes Karen to be on the right side of things. We don't know the full story of that yet. Seto, the Spring Randall connection, what's going on at Seiran. Why is Yuito fucking sleepwalking in the middle of the day? What do his brother and dad know about this? Because his brother is like the head of the military and his dad's the chairman. So it's like the president, or like, so what the fuck are they doing this? Is the brainwashing and all that shit there? I don't know. But we've been streaming for an hour and haven't done a goddamn thing. It's awesome. You know what? We're just gonna label this the lore video. I'll change the title later. So, just, lore discussion. I'll label this differently. And I'll cut the stream here, restart it so we can start fresh, and then just get into it. Because nobody should have to fucking skip an hour into a video just to see the actual people. This is the lore video. I will title it properly so everyone knows it's a lore video. A recap, story recap, understanding what the hell's going on, invaded, and I'll start the stream.